Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2016 mid-month readings. I apologize for the lateness of the last 4 or 5 of these. I had some guests arrive from out of the country a little sooner than expected, so it's thrown my schedule into a little bit of chaos. And personal clients, as always, keep me quite busy. So thank you very much for your patience. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck as usual by my beloved Ciro Marchetti, the artist I absolutely adore. I also have his Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck, and I highly recommend all of his artwork. A very talented individual. So even though we are focusing more on the last half of the month and the month in its entirety, I'm still going to be using the same 8 card spread with an additional ninth card as your crowning card representing the overall energy and theme of the reading. Don't forget to check your rising and your moon sign as well, because this may not resonate as predictably for you as your rising and your moon sign. And many of you, like I do, may find that each of your 3 signs may resonate for you in different areas of your life. So make sure to check all 3. Um, yes, thank you always to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. Keep the feedback and the comments coming. You guys are absolutely fantastic at giving feedback and making comments, particularly when you write both on the video comments themselves and the ones you send directly to my email, how the readings resonate for you so predictably in what's going on in your lives. I enjoy reading those very much, and they, of course, um, help deepen and appreciate my interpretation and intuition about the cards, even after decades and decades of doing this. So thank you for those. Keep them coming. And always a deep and heartfelt sense of gratitude and thanks to those of you who keep me these days so incredibly busy with personal one-on-one readings. It is an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for the trust you place in me to intuit and interpret the cards for you. And if any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading, you can click on the little about button on my YouTube channel's homepage, which will give you more information and detail, and my email address. You can contact me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I love doing personal readings, and I would be delighted to work with you. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. My current turnaround time is around 1 to 4 or 5 days, but almost always I can do a reading with you within a week, because I do readings full time from morning until evening, most days except Sunday. So again, if you're interested, send me an email. I would love to work with you. So moving right along, let's get into this. This reading is for Aries for July 2016, mid-month. God, Spirit, Angels, Guides, show me the energies for the fire sign of Aries for the remainder of July 2016. Aries the Ram, the babies of the zodiac, my restless ones, the adventure seekers. Aries, show me the energies for the fire sign of Aries the Ram for July 2016, mid-month. What does the remainder of this lovely summer month of July hold for the Rams? Aries, July 2016, mid-month. Okay, we begin with the Four of Cups, followed by the Seven of Wands, the Moon card, followed by the Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, followed by the Eight of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and theme is the Five of Swords. I get the distinct impression already, Aries, that a lot of you, at least the ones for whom this reading resonates, because of course it's going to play out differently depending on who's watching it. There's so many of you watching and you all have different things going on in your lives, but I think a lot of you seem to be questioning where you're at in life, where you're going to find your happiness and joy, coming to an understanding that the material things in your life don't matter as much as perhaps you thought they did, and maybe making a decision to walk away from an established life. That kind of almost sums it up completely, but we're going to go through the cards as I always do, so let's begin. So Aries, we find ourselves in the middle of July 2016 with the Four of Cups, followed by the Seven of Wands. Sorry, I was just getting a little bit of information there. So the Four of Cups. Cups is governed by the element of water. So Cups is all about that watery fluid world of feelings, our feelings and emotions. Cups also represent love and relationships, all different types of love, all different types of relationships. And the Four of Cups is a card I sometimes refer to as the boredom and ingratitude card, although it can really just mean being at a place where you feel, well, bored, discontent, restless, but not really knowing what direction to go in, feeling a lack of interest, or the energy is a lack of interest in not only what you have, but in what might be being offered to you or opportunities that are around. Just feeling kind of discontent, rootless, again, a restless sort of feeling, like wanting to do something different, but not exactly knowing what direction to go in, but just feeling kind of, it's almost like you're just tired of your life. It's almost like, I don't want to say midlife crisis. I hate that kind of word, and it could occur at any time in your life, but it's just being at a place in your life, Aries, where you just feel kind of restless, and the things in your life don't turn you on. They don't fire you up anymore. It's kind of like feeling a little claustrophobic, wanting to break away, but again, not knowing what direction to go in, or maybe even not even what you want, just that you want something different. Now, that Four of Cups is paired with the Seven of Wands. So, Wands is a suit that is governed primarily by the element of fire and secondarily by air. So, it's a very dynamic suit. Wands is a very dynamic, action oriented suit. It's all about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. Wands is all about that primitive, almost compulsive desire to create, to manifest. It's what allows us to begin to put action behind our dreams and thoughts and ideas to turn them into reality. It's a creative, passionate, enthusiastic, manifesting energy, action oriented. The Seven of Wands is primarily a defensive card, as you can see by the picture on the front of this card. This man is standing in front of the door to his home, castle, keep, dream, life, whatever it is that's important to you that this reading resonates for. And he's holding one of these wands up in a defensive posture, not aggressive, but defensive, because he feels like he's being challenged or threatened somehow by these other six wands. And this can represent standing up for something you believe in, defending something that you believe strongly in, or defending something that you feel is yours, that you feel a sense of ownership in because of how much energy and how much of yourself you've invested in it. And you're defending it because it's being challenged. This can represent an actual physical property, it can represent a dream, a relationship choice, an idea. It can represent a belief system. It can also represent, and I think this is going to be true for some of you, just a general kind of defensiveness. You may be, I think for some of you, I'm getting there may be some negative chatter from people around you, family or friends, and I feel like it's not negatively meant, that it's kind of well meaning, well intentioned people, maybe about where you're at in your life. For some of you, this is going to be that you're just maybe having expressed this feeling that you're about feeling. Um, about how you're feeling right now, maybe bored, listless, or wanting to do something different and not knowing. People may be giving you a little bit of flack about it. Some of you may be hearing, why are you feeling this way? Your life is great, or everything is right on target. I don't know why you're feeling this way. You may be just generally feeling defensive again because it is a byproduct or a consequence of this general energy of feeling bored, feeling restless, wanting to break out of what you're doing. For some reason, it feels like a lot of you are just feeling claustrophobic, wanting to get away, wanting to break out. Maybe you're just tired of the place you find yourself in your life, the humdrum of it, or what has seemed so important in working and building up towards just suddenly has lost its zest for you, and you feel like breaking away, and maybe there's just a general defensiveness around that. And I think a lot of it has to do with maybe coming to a point, Aries, where you're not sure, maybe you feel like you're not happy, or you're no longer sure what exactly is you need to be happy and to have joy in your life, to feel fulfilled. Maybe everything that you thought was supposed to make you happy, everything that you've worked to build up, somehow you've gotten there and discovered that it isn't where you feel fulfilled, because we have the Moon card next, paired with the Nine of Cups. So I'm going to start with the Nine of Cups, actually, even though it's the bottom card. Cups, again, emotions, feelings, relationships. This is universally referred to as one of the wish fulfillment cards, the yes card, your dream coming true, the ultimate kind of having abundance, because it represents having not just enough for yourself, but enough for everybody, enough to share. Your cups are overflowing. It's ultimate happiness and fulfillment. You can see this man is holding up his own goblet. In other tarot decks, I've seen him as kind of a rotund, portly man, implying that he has more than enough to drink, more than enough to eat. His physical surroundings are comfortable. He has enough to share and to celebrate. It's a card of everything, having more than enough, total fulfillment. And it's paired with the moon card. It can represent joy and fulfillment in your life. It's paired with the moon card, a major arcana card, fingers of the divine, as I like to call them. The presence of major arcana cards often signify a major life shift, a major life change, or want or desire, or a very strong message directly from the divine. The moon card can represent a sense of coming spiritual enlightenment. It often represents, which is similar energy to this Four of Cups, a significant sense of not the path being hidden, feeling kind of rootless, anchorless, not having enough information, feeling cloudy, not knowing what direction to go in, everything just being kind of hidden and mysterious, things not always being what they appear to be, as things look very different by the light of the moon than they do by the light of the sun. By the light of the moon, there's a lot of shadowy corners and hidden recesses and dark nooks and crannies that you can't see into, not having the answer. And again, I feel like it's a larger manifestation energy of this boredom, wanting to do something different, just feeling a sense of wanting to break free and just not knowing why or where or what to do. Tired of a life which up until now I think you found fulfilling. Um, so the moon card paired with this nine of cups, Aries, it's like where where is my joy and happiness and fulfillment? If everything I've worked for, or if everything that I have, or this place that I'm at isn't what I thought it was. I thought this is what I would needed to make me happy, but it's not. Where then do I find my joy and fulfillment? Where do I go? What's my path? What do I mean to do with my life? Okay, I've accomplished all of this. Now what? What else do I do? And it's like this slowly dawning realization that the things you have in your life, particularly material things, your knowledge and awareness of them is changing or deepening, or you're seeing them in a different way, and perhaps they don't mean as much to you as they used to, because next to that we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse paired with the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. So again, I'm going to start with this bottom card because I feel compelled to. The Ten of Pentacles. So Pentacles. Pentacles is governed by the element of earth. So Pentacles is a suit that's all about things in our earthly, tangible, physical, material environment. It's often about things we can see and touch and feel. And often the suit of Pentacles represents like money, finances, property, real estate, assets, job, career, tangible physical things. In spirituality and matters of love and relationship, it can represent visible, tangible results of the effort we've put into something. The Ten of Pentacles represents abundance, particularly financial abundance, success, prosperity in a tangible sort of way. It also represents the successful building up of a foundation of something which is going to last for a while. Tens in numerology also represent the end of cycle, the fulfillment of something, the culmination, the coming full circle of something. It's about having worked hard and been successful and built up this foundation that's very solid, secure, and abundant. And above it is the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. In the upright position, this page represents, because they're the youngest and least mature energies of the court card. This page is just at the beginning of the path where he's coming to a deeper understanding and awareness of things in the tangible material world, like money, finances, property, understanding it not only as a survival tool, mechanism, but for the tool and the resource that it actually is, coming to a deeper understanding of how valuable it is or how they're looking at it. In the reverse position, I don't feel like you don't have an understanding. I feel again, Aries, like what you've worked so hard to build up as represented by this Ten of Pentacles, or what you've been working towards building up, it's kind of all of a sudden it either loses its meaning, or it's starting to become meaningless, or it doesn't carry the same value and weight with you anymore. And all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, I've done this or I'm working towards this and I thought this is what I wanted. I thought this is where I was going to, once I get this and once I get this, now I'll be happy. But I find that I'm not, or I'm wondering, okay, I've done it. What else do I do? Where am I actually going to find happiness and joy? What do I do next with my life? If this isn't doing it for me, then again, what next? It doesn't matter as much to me as it used to, or now that I've gotten it, what else do I do? How can I find continued happiness and passion and joy and that zest for life again and that interest in things, that manifesting energy that propels us to keep exploring and doing and creating? And I think that a lot of you at or towards the end of July 2016 are going to make the decision or begin planning or seriously think about just maybe walking away from it or doing, if not just, maybe disappearing or doing something different. Well, yeah, doing something different or walking away from it and exploring something else with your life. Some of you may do this in a very abrupt manner. Some of you may plan to do it. But it's about making a shift in your life, walking away from the tried, the true, the established, the conventional, the traditional, because at or towards the end of July 2016, we have the major arcana card of the Hierophant paired with the Eight of Cups. So the Hierophant is about all of that convention, tradition, the establishment, the tried, the true. This is about walking the prescribed path, doing what's in front of you. Large corporations, institutions, businesses, organized religions, doing the same thing as another large group of people are doing, making a sacrifice in individuality, but the payoff being that you get to belong, that you get to be under that umbrella of being with a group of people all oriented or doing towards the same thing. The establishment. It's neither good nor bad, it just is what it is. And the Hierophant is paired with the Eight of Cups, which is a card of walking away, of having made the decision to leave something behind that you ultimately found disappointing or unfulfilling. This is not a card which has the energy of do I or don't I, or trying to make a decision to stay or leave. This is already having made the decision and you're just trying to figure out what direction to go in. This man, as you can see, this man uh, has already made the decision to walk away. There are 8 cups on the ground behind him. Some of them are standing upright and full, some of them are tipped over and spilled out. The implication being that he has tasted and drunk from most, if not all, of these cups. And while he may have found them entertaining for a while, or satisfying for a while, or distracting for a while, at the end of the day, they weren't what he thought they were going to be or wanted to be. They turned out not to be fulfilling or joyful for him. And he's made the decision to turn his back and walk away. His back is turned to us. He's dressed for travel. He has his hat on, his cloak on, his walking staff in his hand. He's past indecision. He's made the decision. He's leaving. The question is where to go from here. And so I feel like at or towards the end of July 2016, Aries, this is where you're at, or where a lot of you are at. You've made the decision. It's just about, okay, where do I go from here? I want to choose a completely different path. Maybe for some of you, a completely new life. You're off to seek out what's next in life. Seek out what the true meaning for you is in joy and happiness, and only you can figure that out, because it looks like everything that you've worked for or have been working for that you thought would do it isn't, or you've reached it and now you need to get that zest back, that enthusiasm, that desire to explore and create and manifest and find happiness and joy again. And it's all about, at the end of July 2016, where do I go? What do I do now? Your crowning card is the Five of Swords. Swords is a suit governed by air. So Swords is a suit that's all about that airy, almost invisible, intangible world of thoughts, words, ideas, mental outlooks, perspectives, how we look at things, belief system. It's all about what goes on up in here. The suit of Swords is a very mental and cerebral suit. It's about how we look at things. The Five of Swords is a card about basically the bottom line question of this card is something worth it? You can see that this man has just finished a battle or a struggle of some kind. His opponents or foes or enemies or whatever the challenge is, he's obviously overcome them. He's won. They're on the ground defeated. He's gathered up all of their weapons and he's holding his own aloft in victory. But the picture is still kind of grim. The colors are very murky. He doesn't look particularly victorious. He looks tired, worn out, depleted, exhausted. He's bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. This battle has cost him. And this card begs the question, is it worth it? Yes, I've won. Yes, I've gotten to this place. Yes, I've worked very hard, and here I am with all of this stuff. But is it worth it? Am I really happy? I thought I would be, and maybe I'm not. Or now that I've accomplished it, I've lost my enthusiasm, my zest, my desire, my manifesting creative energy. Is it worth it? So that's what it's about for the next few weeks, Aries, kind of being in this energy and, realizing that true happiness and joy is still something you have yet to discover. And at the end of the month, going off or making a decision or making plans to how best to do that. It's not to say that everything that you've done has been for waste or that even some of you are going to make this decision to walk away. It just feels like you're in a period where everything you've worked for or have, it just feels very humdrum and unsatisfying, and you want to get that back. So, for a lot of you, I think it's about walking away from that, the tried, the true, the established, the organized stuff, and exploring to find where your true happiness and joy and fulfillment is, what that means for you, which is very individual and can only be decided and discovered by you. Um, so, Aries, I hope you have enjoyed this reading. I hope you found it useful and given you some perspective and insight and clarity. Thank you very much for watching it. And again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and you can email me directly at Maggie, the number one, McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. And I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August 2016 general readings. And until then, Aries, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.